starting lineups. First for the Scots. Number 11, Joseph Ridenour. Number 16, Zeke Gilbert. Number 4, Kenny Mills. Number 25, Tyler Cox. Number 14, Josh Harvey. Number 44, McCaleb Harleman. Number 36, George Manera. Number 54, Jackson Redmond. Number 1, Andrew Brock. And on the mound, number 12, Bryce Bollinger. And now it's time for your Bob Jones University Bruins starting lineup. Batting first and playing center field, number 5, Riley Ramsey. Batting second, playing left field, number 36, Colby Hogan. Batting third, playing right field, number 38, Cole Pearson. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 14, Zach Burke. Batting fifth and behind the plate, number 12, Daniel Barcena. Batting sixth, your designated hitter, number 11, Adrian Lasval. Batting seventh, playing third base, number 29, Daniel Wood. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, number 9, Conley Burke. And batting ninth, playing second base, number 1, Shad Bain. And on the mound for your Bob Jones University Bruins, number 24, Henry Wallach. At this time, we ask that you please stand for a word of prayer, followed by our national anthem. Father God, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for allowing us to worship you through the avenue of sports. We thank you for allowing everyone to travel here safely today, and we ask for the continuing safety of all of our athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators during this event. May we worship you in everything we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Welcome to Conestee Park here in Greenville, South Carolina. We are live here for a doubleheader between your BJU Bruins and Covenant College. Covenant College out of Lookout Mountain, Georgia. First ever meeting between these two teams. They were scheduled to play last season in the inaugural campaign, but of course weather would not play or be an ally for that. So this will be the first time these two teams ever played against each other. Covenant College coming into this one at 5-6, having lost 2 of their last 3. The Bruins, of course, coming off a series against Toccoa Falls in which they lost 2 out of 3 in that one. Got their first win courtesy of the guy that you'll see on the mound here tonight, Henry Wallach, pitching a complete game. 2-1 Bruins winning last Friday night. So they are hoping their Friday night magic can strike here again. First of 2 games, a little bit different schedule this weekend. Of course, if you watch the weather radar and forecast, it doesn't look pretty here in Greenville, South Carolina over the next couple of days. And so the 2 coaches yesterday morning looking at that radar saying, hey, let's try to get 2 in today if we can. So that's why we are playing a doubleheader here this evening. We'll have the first game here for you and then about a 30-minute break in between. And then we'll be back in action for game 2 of this doubleheader. And then tomorrow, weather permitting, we'll be back out here for the series finale, game 3 at 12:30, first pitch out here at Conestee Park. So crowd a little bit sparse here today just because of the time, obviously at 4 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. But we expect to see several people start to trickle in for that game 2, and maybe you're watching here from your office or from your dorm room or somewhere else. Join us out here at 7 o'clock. It should be a fairly decent evening. We're supposed to get some rain later on into the evening. And again, the weather forecast projecting rain late into the night into early tomorrow morning. Number 11, Joseph Ridnour, the right fielder for the Scots, getting things going, and we are underway here in game 1 of this series. Henry Wallach begins with a breaking ball on the outside. Wallach comes right back. This one fouled off towards the third base line, and that's going to find its way into the seats. So Wallach quickly ahead in the count 0-2 to the first batter of the day. Bruins coming into this one at 1-10 on the season. And if you have watched the schedule at all, as that one swung and missed, Barcena going to rifle it down to first, and that'll be the first out of the first inning. Strikeout for Henry Wallach. And out number 1. That'll bring up Zeke Gilbert, the shortstop for Covenant College. Bruins also switching things up here a little bit. They're wearing their navy blue tops. And I suspect they'll be in their sand-colored uniforms later on tonight for Game 2, and probably the Sky Carolina blue tops for tomorrow's series finale. Gilbert takes the first one downstairs, ball 1. Wallach comes right back, fastball right down the middle of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike now. This one fouled off. So again, Wallach ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Every pitcher knows the importance of getting ahead in the count. This one roped down the left field line. Going to be a difficult play on it. It's going to find its way to the wall. Fielded cleanly out there by Colby Hogan, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Zeke Gilbert. And the first base hit of the afternoon for Covenant College. That'll bring up number 4, Kenny Mills, the left fielder for the Scots. You might be able to hear it just briefly on my webcast microphone. You might hear a little bit of a breeze coming through that microphone. Again, weather is starting out decent here. It's about, let me see here, about 61 degrees here, but that temperature is going to keep falling as the night goes on. And again, we've got a storm coming in later on this evening, so I think both teams are hoping we play some quick baseball here this afternoon. Yeah, Wallach going to find that outside corner, 0-2 now to the batter. Gilbert still on second after that line drive double right down the left field line, and unfortunately Colby Hogan, if I could look at my lineup card right, couldn't get there in time. Hogan going to have to go back to the wall once again, and he is able to make the catch this time. Tagging from second is Gilbert, so he'll advance to third on the tag. But a good play that time by Colby Hogan, chasing it down in the left field warning track. And that's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Tyler Cox, the cleanup hitter for Covenant College, first baseman. One low and outside, but Wallach evens the count at 1-1 strike. And again, in each one of the batters so far that Wallach has faced this inning, he's done well to get ahead in the count. He seems to have good control, good placement. Again, coming off a masterful performance last week. Good breaking ball as that one finds the strike zone once again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, but Henry Wallach pitched the full 9 innings in last Friday night's win over Toccoa Falls 2-1. Comes back. This one ripped towards the left field wall once again, and Hogan is there to make the routine fly ball catch, and that'll end at the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Bruins get their first at-bat. Stay with us. I want to remind you, registration for Bruins sports camps is now live.
Number 5, Riley Ramsey.
For summer 2022, you can train with our Bruins players and learn from our coaches the skills to help you improve your game. You can find all that information online at bjubruins.com/camps. Riley Ramsey will get things going for the Bruins in the bottom half of the first inning. Bruins allowing 1 hit in that top of the first, but good job by Henry Wallach to work out of the inning. And talking to Coach Castile earlier this week, he said one of the keys to this series is going to be getting out and getting aggressive and going and getting the opportunities that are in front of the team, as a lot of times this season the Bruins have struggled a little bit out of the gate and dug themselves into an early hole. So look for some of these batters to be a little more aggressive and seeing if they can build an early lead. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Ramsey as that breaking ball from Bollinger finds its way into the strike zone. And it's going to be strike 3 called on the inside corner. Again, that breaking ball working well for Bollinger as he is now heading to Colby Hogan, the left fielder.
Number 36, Colby Hogan.
For the Bruins. This one inside and low. This one inside and low once again. 2 balls and no strikes. This one ripped. And the first baseman, Cox, going to make a play on it, but he is not able to corral it and or get it over to first. So an infield single for Colby Hogan, as he got all of that one, and it looked to be a seeing eye single in between first and second.
Pearson.
But Colby Hogan going to get aboard for the Bruins, and that'll bring Cole Pearson, the right fielder, up for BJU. Bollinger working out of the stretch and delivers breaking ball. Trying to find that outside corner, but not able to that time. 1 ball, no strikes here in the first. Swinging strike that time from Pearson. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. This one roped towards the right field line. It's going to carry, and it is going to be caught on that right field line. That was Joseph Ridenour getting over there and having to run quite the distance, but he is able to corral it.
Now batting, number 14, Zach Burke.
That's the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up Zach Burke, the first baseman for BJU. Upstate Granite Solutions is a proud partner of your BJU Bruins. With over 100 years of industry experience, Upstate Granite tailors their services to help with each individual project you may have. You can check them out online, upstategranitesolutions.com. All right, we actually are going to have... I wondered if that was actually going to be the case. Okay, what happened there is the right fielder running down the line caught the ball, but then he kind of jumped up into the bullpen and took a couple of steps. And so actually, because of that, player being in play and then going out of play, that allows Colby Hogan to advance to second. So now runner in scoring position, 2 outs, and Burke at the plate. He's ahead in the count 1-0. This one finding the outside corner, evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball once again. This one just a hair inside. So 2 balls and 1 strike here in the bottom of the first. If you're just joining us, game 1 of our 2-game doubleheader on a Friday night here at Conestee Park. Again, some projected rain later this evening into the early hours of tomorrow morning. So the coaches meeting yesterday and flip-flopping the schedule, playing the doubleheader today. And then if we get to a standalone 9-inning game tomorrow, and that'll be a first pitch at about 12:30 p.m. 3 balls and 1 strike to Burke. And Burke going to swing at this one. Pop fly. Shallow left field. The shortstop settles under it and will make the catch. And Gilbert will end the inning as we go to the top of the second. Still scoreless here at Conestee. Top of the second inning here at Conestee Park. With Southern roots and a Southwest flavor, Barbaritos is founded on freshness. Barbaritos has 3 locations close to BJU, and each provides great food at an affordable price. You can download the Barbaritos app today to start earning points. Barbaritos Food Community People. We were scoreless in the first inning. Beginning inning number 2 here is Josh Harvey, the catcher. We'll get things going for the Scots. Henry Wallach on the mound for the Bruins. He did really well at the top of that first inning at getting ahead in the count as he evens the count here, 1 ball and 1 strike. This one low and in the dirt, and Barcena blocks it in front. Again, we'll play 2 7-inning games here tonight, and then 1 9-inning game if we can get it in tomorrow, depending on how much rain we get here tonight. Good breaking ball. That one finds the heart of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 from Wallach. Swinging down the first base line. It'll drift into foul territory. Count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And heard some of the reaction from the crowd as not sure where that one missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So full count here to Harvey. Swinging strike. And Wallach retires the first batter of the inning. And that'll bring up Caleb Harlemont. Harlemont, the third baseman for the Scots, as he swings at the first pitch. Strike 1. And again, Henry Wallach really got that off-speed pitch working well for him today. This one chopped back and off the screen, so that'll be no balls and 2 strikes pretty quickly. As Wallach ahead in the count. Wallach coming back. This one lunged at, and it's going to be popped over to the first base side. And Burke is not able to corral that one, and it falls to the ground. So an error on Zach Burke, and that'll allow a runner to be on first. George Manera, the center fielder, will take his first at-bat. Runner on first. And again, one thing we talked about with Coach Castile after last game was the Bruins just making sure they don't beat themselves. And several times in the series against Toccoa Falls, as this one is popped up, straight up, and Conley Burke settles under that one, and that'll be out number 2. But there were several times during the Toccoa series where the Bruins would get, 2 outs and runner on first and second, and then just make an errant throw or a mistake here or there. And not only does that allow the inning to continue, but it really is tough on your pitcher as he does his job to get a pop-up or try to get out of the inning, and then all of a sudden he's got to go back out there and regroup and keep throwing. So reward yourself and help out your teammate and get the easy ones. Wallach ahead in the count 0-1 with 2 outs. Runner breaks for second. A hit-and-run opportunity as this one skied towards the left field wall. That's going to be off the wall. Ramsey will cut it off, getting it into Conley Burke, but the runner is going to come all the way around from first. So a great job that time by head coach Doug Simmons to gamble on the hit and run, and it paid off. So Jackson Redmond brings around the first run of the afternoon. And it will be Jackson Redmond sending this one towards center field. Riley Ramsey drifts to his left and secures it. And that'll be the end of the top half of the second inning. We go to the bottom of the second. Scott's up 1-0. Daniel Barcena will get things going for the Bruins in the bottom half of the second inning. And that's going to be a quick strike to get ahead. And that's going to find its way into right field. So Daniel Barcena very quickly in the at-bat sends the line drive into right field for the no-out single. And that'll bring up Adrian Lasval.
Now batting, number 11, Adrian Lasval.
Lasval's had a couple of spots in the lineup over the course of this young season. Player that has some good hitting ability. And so Coach Castile going with Adrian in game one of this two-game doubleheader here tonight. If you are planning to join us for game two, just would encourage you that it is going to get cold out here, so bring a couple extra layers. Bollinger stretches and fires. That one inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-2 against Adrian Lasval after that called strike. Barcena takes his lead at first. Bruins still trailing 1-0 as the Scots getting their first run in the top of the second. And the catcher just double checking there. Josh Harvey getting a second opinion. I can sympathize with that as a former catcher myself. Anytime there's a flinch or a movement from that batter, you want to just double check it because you never know when you're going to get that call on the check swing. 2-2 and a swinging strike from Lasval, and Lasval will go down. First out of the inning for the Bruins, and that'll bring up Daniel Wood, the third baseman.
Now batting, number 29, Daniel Wood.
Barcena breaking for second, and he was initially safe. A great slide from Daniel Barcena to avoid the tag, but unfortunately his momentum carried him right off the bag. And so Barcena going to be thrown out at second, and that's the second out of the inning. So Daniel Wood trying to keep the inning alive now with nobody on, and Bollinger trying to get out of the inning. This one chopped towards the screen, foul ball. Check swing. And again, the catcher pointing down to that field umpire. It's very common to see that. So a lot of people, at least when I was catching, used to say, why do you keep checking? And it's like, because you never know what that field umpire is going to say. This one ripped down the left field line. It is going to drift foul. It'll be off the fence in that corner, but just about a 5 or 6 feet foul to that left field side. That'll move the count to 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Daniel Wood trying to keep things going here. Conley Burke on deck. This one chopped towards the third base side. And once again in foul territory. Wood doing a good job staying alive at this at bat. Wood pokes this one towards the right field foul line, and settling under it and making the play is Rednauer, and that'll do it for the Bruins in the second. We go to the top of the third. We're still trailing as the Scots lead 1-0. Henry Wallach back on the mound for the Bruins as they trail 1-0 here in inning number 3. Johnny Gaiman bringing you the call here. Game 1 of our 2-game doubleheader today. Two teams trying to beat the weather here in Greenville as got a storm front moving in. I don't know if you can see it on your webcast screen, but lots of clouds all around us. And later on this evening, we're supposed to get a pretty significant rainstorm into the late night, early morning hours, and then it's supposed to wrap up early morning, probably 5 or 6. So we'll have to see if Game 3 of this series will actually happen. But we're planning on it right now, 12:30 tomorrow. But it'll be a cold one. So if you're joining us tomorrow here at Conestee, bring several jackets and a couple blankets and your umbrella. 2 balls, 1 strike to the batter. And this one going to go off of Andrew Brock. Or excuse me. We're back to the top of the lineup, Joseph Rednauer. And so actually off of his foot. And so Rednauer is aboard. And that'll bring up Zeke Gilbert, the shortstop. He drove home the only run he started off the hitting for the Scots in the first inning when he lined a double off the wall. Wallach goes over to first to keep the runner close. Wallach out of the stretch. That off-speed pitch again, finding that inside corner for a called strike. I want to thank our partners, Red Elm Landscaping, is their one company that handles all of your property needs, from landscape and outdoor living to home care. You can check them out online at red-elm.com. This one fouled off first base side, and it'll find its way into the bleachers. So no balls, 2 strikes. No outs here in the top of the third. Bruins have had a strong defensive effort so far, but have just gone in spurts when it comes to the bats. This one ripped right back up the middle. It's going to find its way through. And that'll be a no-out single. Runners on first and second now. And Kenny Mills, the batter. Appreciate you tuning in wherever you are tuning in from, either on our Facebook Live feed or on YouTube. Thanks for joining us on this Friday afternoon. Dad, I know you're watching too, so thanks for tuning in. Swinging strike to begin the at-bat here as runners on first and second, and the first pitch to Kenny Mills. A fastball in that inside corner. Again, Wallach doing a good job getting ahead in the count. This one high and outside. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. This one ripped down the third base line. Great job to pull it away was Wood, but then Wood actually throwing it away, and this one going into right field. Daniel Wood doing a great job of blocking that ball and stepping on third for the out, but then he overthrew first base and trying to get the double play and ends up costing, as runners now on second and third. That'll bring up Tyler Cox, the first baseman, with runners in scoring position. This one ripped towards center field. Riley Ramsey makes a play on it. It will be deep enough to move the runners, though, as Ramsey rifles it over to second. But the sac fly is successful, as the Scots now take a 2-0 lead in the top of the third. But now 2 outs in the third as well. That'll bring up Josh Harvey, the catcher for the Scots. Wallach continues to deliver what, again, has been a pretty strong performance so far on the mound. He has had a lot of good control of his stuff today. Not going to find the outside corner, and Josh Harvey kind of looked back at the umpire like, hey, let's make sure we get that call on the bottom half of the inning too. This one fouled off into the bleachers on the third base side. This one fouled off again on that third base side, so good job by Harvey to stay alive in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third. This one low, so that'll even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This one right back up the middle. Wallach had knocked it down at first, over to first, and not in time. So an infield single for Josh Harvey, and it scores the runner to make it 3-0 here in the top of the third. And that'll bring up Michaela Harlemont.
Now batting number 44, Michaela Harlemont.
Wallach now just trying to get out of this inning. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Runner on first. And again, Daniel Barcena, we've got to call him Quick Trigger Daniel or something like that, because he is one of those catchers that will come out of his stance very quickly and try to pick you off wherever you are on the diamond. He is not afraid to whip it down to first base or third base or second base. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third. Wallach comes back with an outside fastball, and Harlemont not chasing that time. The 1-2 with 2 outs. This one popped up towards the first base side, and Burke trying to chase it down and is not going to be able to do so. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third. This one fouled back, so good job by Harlemont staying alive here in the count. Wallach out of the stretch once again. One low and in the dirt as Wallach trying to get the batter to chase. That'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the third inning. And one low. So it'll be 3 balls and 2 strikes. Harlemont staying alive. Wallach delivers the full count pitch, and that one going to be ripped down the third base line and into foul territory. I want to thank Cambria Hotel, one of our sponsors, as they are the official hotel of your BJU Bruins. They're located just off Woodruff Road. They're a brand new hotel offering great amenities at a beautiful facility. You could book your next stay online, choicehotels.com. And that's going to be strike 3 called. Henry Wallach with a beautiful curveball, and that'll get him out of the third inning. Scots get more on the board as the Bruins trail 3-0 going to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third inning here at Conestee Park. Bruins have a little bit of a hole to dig out of as they trail 3-0. Conley Burke will step into the batter's box.
Conley Burke.
As the Bruins look to get something going offensively. And Bollinger quickly gets ahead in the count. Good breaking ball that time. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1 to Burke. Swings at this one. It's going to trickle foul. And so 1 ball, 2 strikes now here in the bottom of the third. Bruins have a couple of hits on the scoreboard, but have yet to be able to bring one around to score. Probably their best opportunity was last inning when they had a runner on second. This one popped up to center field. And settling under it is Kenny Mills, and he will record the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Chad Bain, the second baseman for the Bruins, as he get to the bottom of the lineup here. Riley Ramsey in the top of the order coming up next.
Now batting, number 1, Chad Bain.
Bain takes the first pitch for a called ball on the outside and ropes this one towards right field. And the right fielder going to make his way in, and Ridenour again corrals it for out number 2. And I'll bring us back to the top of the lineup in Riley Ramsey.
Now batting, number 5, Riley Ramsey.
Riley Ramsey on Saturday, Bruins were trailing by 3, and he launched a 3-run home run into that over that left field wall. So he does have good power when needed. But right now, Bruins just need to get on or keep this inning alive with a hit. That one's going to find the strike zone. No balls and 2 strikes. Swinging strike, and Ramsey goes down on strikes. 1, 2, 3, go the Bruins. We go to the 4th. Scott's leading 3-0. Top of the 4th here at Conestee Park as Henry Wallach begins another inning on the mound for the Bruins. And again, another solid effort for Wallach on the mound. But unfortunately, the Bruins have just not been able to get anything going offensively. And again, that much tougher as a pitcher when you are delivering what is a good performance and you're not getting the support of the bats. That bunt attempt was foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Wallach comes back with a breaking ball, and swinging is Manera that time. As it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the batter. Again, we'll play 2 here today as the Bruins have 2 7-inning games against the Scots. And if we're able to, series finale tomorrow afternoon, 12:30 will be the first pitch here at Conestee. And it all depends on how much rain we get later this evening. This one fouled off behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wallach coming back, and strike 3 on the swing. Good job by Barcena to hold on to that one, and that's out number 1, and it'll bring up Jackson Redmond, the DH. Wallach finds that outside corner, strike 1. This one roped down the first base line, fouls. Moves the count to no balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the 4th. Right back up the middle, Wallach snags it over to first. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. 1-3. And now 2 outs. And Andrew Brock, the second baseman, takes his next turn in the batter's box. Bruins hoping for a 1-2-3 inning themselves. This one roped down the first base line, and it's going to find its way into foul territory. No balls and 1 strike. This one popped up towards the first base side, and that is going to find its way into the seats. And now the count 0-2 with 2 outs here in the 4th. Wallach hoping to get out of this inning by retiring the side in order. The 0-2. Chop towards shortstop. Conley Burke fields it in time over to first, and that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Scots. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Bruins trailing 3-0. Bottom of the fourth inning.
Now batting,
Bruins.
number 36, Colby Hogan.
Trying to get something going offensively. It's Colby Hogan who will take his next at-bat for the Bruins here in the bottom of the fourth. Bollinger continues his effort as the swinging strike that time by Hogan. Colby was the batter that allowed the Bruins to get their first hit as he roped a single into right field his first time up. Breaking ball finds the strike zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. And that one low, so Hogan wisely holding off that time. Bruins trailing 3-0 here in the fourth, and it's been 1 run here or there for the Scots, but so far the Bruins have not been able to match. Fastball, that one low. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swinging strike, that one's going to be past the catcher though. This one coming over to first in time. And that'll be the first out of the inning as Hogan strikes out. And Cole Pearson will be the next batter for the Bruins.
Now batting, number 38, Cole Pearson.
This breaking ball inside. Coming right back with a fastball on that outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swinging strike once again. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Zach Burke on deck. This one roped down the third base line, but foul. Strike 3 called on that outside corner. A little bit of a delayed call there from the official. As I think he was thinking about it for just a second, but it is indeed going to be a called strike 3, and that'll bring up Zach Burke with 2 out here in the fourth. Bruins got to get something going to extend these innings. They've gone down in order the last 2. 1-2-3, 1-2-3. Burke swinging at the first one.
Now batting, number 14, Zach Burke.
This one inside on Burke. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swinging strike. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside now. This one roped down the first base side. Going to be in foul territory, though. So the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Game 1 of our 2-game doubleheader here this evening. And swinging strike. And down goes Burke and the Bruins as we go to the top of the 5th. Scots leading 3-0. Top of the fifth here at Conestee Park, and the Scots have a 3-0 advantage over your BJU Bruins, game one of our 3-game series here at Conestee Park. Bruins have had a pretty significant homestand here the last couple of weeks, and after this weekend, they will be on the road for quite a while. So I would encourage you to make your way out here to Conestee tomorrow if you can. It'll be a cold one, but it'll be your last opportunity for a while to see your Bruins here at home. 1 ball, 1 strike here in the fifth. We're back to the top of the order for the Scots. This one fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Well, it comes back with a breaking ball, and that one lined into left field for a base hit from Ridenour. And that'll start off the inning for the Scots. Runner on first, and Zeke Gilbert, the shortstop, will take his next at bat. Henry Wallach out of the stretch. This one roped down the third base line, but it'll drift foul. Quick throw over to first base. This one down the third base line. That's actually going to be fair. And Zeke Gilbert saying that the ball actually went off of his thigh. And Coach Simmons going to ask for some clarification here. I know the behind the plate umpire did not make an initial call, and normally, I mean, again, as an umpire with experience, you are running out saying, hey, it's off the batter, it's off the batter, it's off the batter, just to make sure that, you know, you signal that the play is dead. But the appeal not going to work, so that's the 5-3 putout on the fielder's choice, and that will advance the runner. So 1 out here in the fifth. This one popped up towards the first base side, and Bain going to call off Zach Burke, and that will be the second out of the inning. So runner on second, and that'll bring up McCaleb Harleman. Tyler Cox now the batter for the Scots as he tries to keep this inning alive for Covenant. And this one popped up once again. Conley Burke settles under it. This should do it for the inning as he pulls it in, and that will be the inning. Go to the bottom of the fifth. Bruins trailing 3-0. Bottom of the fifth here at Conestee. Daniel Barcena, the batter for the Bruins, as, again, BJU trying to get something going here offensively. So far, they've been held to just a very few amount of hits in this game. Barcena goes after the first pitch and fouls it off behind home plate.
Now batting, number 12, Daniel Barcena.
Barcena going to rope this one to left field. Going to be a difficult play, but settling under it is Kenny Mills, and that's the first out of the inning for the Bruins. That'll bring up Adrian Lasval, the DH for BJU. Going to find the strike zone for strike one. This one low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Outside corner, called strike once again on the breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Lasval. Daniel Wood on deck. Lasval swinging. Strike 3. And that's the second out of the inning.
Now batting, number 29, Daniel Wood.
Daniel Wood will try to keep this inning alive for the Bruins, as they have 2 outs here in the fifth. This one roped in the hole, cut off by the shortstop, and he's going to eat it. Probably the right call there as Daniel Wood put it right in the gap in what would have been a really difficult play for Gilbert to make.
Now batting, number 9, Conley Burke.
Wood keeps the inning alive, and that will bring up Conley Burke, the shortstop for the Bruins, as they look to, again, keep this 2-out rally going. Outside corner called strike. Fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes to Burke. The 0-2 to Burke. Outside. Trying to get him to chase. And I think maybe even a pitch out there as well, as Daniel Wood had a pretty decent lead on first there. The 1-2 to Burke as Bollinger working out of the stretch. This one fouled off. Outside ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Burke. Wood takes his lead at first. The pitch on the way is fouled off once again. Burke staying alive in the at-bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And thus far, the Bruins have been held scoreless. Burke chopping this one towards the third base side. Over to first to Cox in time. And that'll end the inning. Go to the 6th. Same score. Scots lead by 3. We start the 6th inning here from Conestee, and we are starting to get some of that rain that was in the forecast. Josh Harvey will take his next at-bat for the Scots. And the first pitch is going to be chopped pop fly towards that far side, and Conley Burke going to make his way all the way over to make the catch and record the first out of the inning. Again, we're supposed to get rain later on this evening, and it's decided to make its appearance a little bit earlier than scheduled. First out of the 6th. A breaking ball finding that inside corner, called strike. This one roped into the right center field gap, and it's going to find its way down. So Harleman keeping the inning alive for the Scots. And George Manera, now the center fielder for Covenant, will take his next at bat. Runner breaks for second. Barcena's throw going to be in time. What a strike that time from Daniel Barcena. Gets the runner going to second. And that's the second out of the inning here in the 6th. That was a called strike. Swinging strike evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Man, what a throw that time from Daniel Barcena. And now a strike on that outside corner on the breaking ball. This one chopped towards first base and going to be in foul territory, though. Outside and high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Wallach has that one slip away from him a little bit, and it's going to be a full count now to Monera. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. This one fouled off towards the third base side, so the at-bat stays alive for Monera. This one roped down the right field line, but again going to find its way into foul territory, so a whole bunch of fouls for George Monera. This one looped out towards center field. Conley Burke going to chase it down, and that'll end the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Bruins trailing 3-0.
Now pitching for the Scots, number 55, Cody Gibson. And now batting for the Bruins, number 1, Chad Bain.
Chad Bain will get things going for the Bruins here in the bottom of the 6th. They're running out of time as they trail 3-0 here in Game 1 of our 2-game doubleheader today. Again, we will have about a 30-minute break in between these 2 games, and we'll be back underway. So if the game continues to progress the way that it has been throughout this first game, we will definitely not be playing at that 7 o'clock time. It'll probably be closer to 6, even 6:15, somewhere around there. This one chopped back up the middle, going to be a tough play. Throwing across his body was Brock, and he gets it over to first in time for the first out of the inning, and we'll get back to the top of the lineup as Riley Ramsey will take his next at bat. This one chopped towards shortstop, fielded in time, over to first in time. And just like that, 2 quick outs for the Bruins here in the bottom of the 6th. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Colby Hogan, as he looks to keep this inning alive.
36, Colby Hogan.
Called strike on that outside corner. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside corner, not called the strike that time. 2 balls and 1 strike. This one high and outside once again. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Hogan. Bruins have Pearson on deck and then Burke in the hole. This one chopped towards second base. Over to first in time, and again, down go the Bruins 1, 2, 3 in order. We go to the top of the 7th. Bruins trailing 3-0. Henry Wallach beginning the 7th inning here as this one roped down the third base line. Wood gets in front of it to block it, but that's going to be a first pitch single to begin the inning for Jackson Redmond, the DH for the Scots. Bruins have one more opportunity to try to battle back in this one. They trail 3-0 here in the 7th. In what has been pretty much a pretty big pitcher's duel throughout this game 1 of our 2-game doubleheader. Wallach again delivering a pretty strong performance on the mound, but the bats have been pretty much non-existent for the Bruins in this game. This one roped towards center field. Riley Ramsey drifts to his right and pulls it in for the first out of the inning. Called strike to begin the at-bat. This is Ridenour in the top of the lineup for the Scots. Outside corner called strike, so no balls and 2 strikes. Runner takes his lead at first in the 0-2. This one fouled off into the screen. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. This one roped towards left field. Making a play on is Colby Hogan, and that's the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Zeke Gilbert as he tries to keep the inning alive for the Scots. They have a 3-0 advantage, but have been held scoreless since that third inning. And like I said, it has just been back and forth, 1, 2, 3, pretty much, between these two pitching staffs. As that breaking ball finding the inside corner for called strike. Outside. This one roped in between third and short. And that'll keep the inning alive as Gilbert aboard with another single. That'll bring up Kenny Mills, the left fielder for the Scots. This one inside. This one low and outside, and Barcena thought about a throw down to second there and wisely decided against it. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the 7th. Runners on first and second. This one inside on the breaking ball as Wallach falls behind in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Throw down to second, and Burke gets in front of that one as the runner gets back in time. 3 balls and 1 strike. Still 2 outs here in the 7th. And that's going to be ball 4, so that'll load the bases. And Tyler Cox, the next batter up, the cleanup spot for Covenant. And he is hoping to blow this game wide open. Bruins still within striking distance as we are here in the 7th, but just one more opportunity at bat for them. Again, in a doubleheader, we play 2 7-inning games. Wallach comes right back, off-speed pitch right down the middle of the plate, and that one going to actually get past Wallach, and that's going to allow the runner to score. So an error on Daniel Barcena overthrowing the pitcher. And again, good presence of mind for the runner on third as he just immediately broke for home. And just like that, it'll increase the lead to 4-0 now for the Scots. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike as that fastball not finding the strike zone. This one low, 2 balls and 1 strike. This one inside, make it 3 balls and 1 strike now. This is swung on and driven to left field. Settling under it to make the catch is Colby Hogan, and that'll end the inning. Scots get one more. They lead 4-0. Bruins get one more opportunity here to try to get back into this game. They trail 4-0.
Now pitching for the Scots, number 4, Kenny Mills.
Scott's bringing on Kenny Mills to try to close things out. Bruins trying to keep things alive here. They got 3, 4, 5 coming up. The heart of the order to try to keep this game going. As the first pitch on the way is a swinging strike.
Now batting number 38, Cole Pearson.
Cole Pearson. Fouled off behind home plate. So no balls and 2 strikes.
She got a temporary phone, and the sound was like, can you hear? Oh, hi there. She's okay. You're an alien.
This one outside. Try to get the batter to chase. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a swinging strike. So Pearson goes down on strikes. And that'll bring up Zach Burke.
Batting number 14, Zach Burke.
Zach Burke takes his next at bat and gets ahead in the count. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yes, the arm bar. I'm sorry, the arm bar? Yeah, because didn't you hear us?
Outside fastball. Too far outside. 2 balls and no strikes. It's going to be upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes, so Burke with a good hitter's count right here. And it's going to be ball 4, so Burke is aboard. And Daniel Barcena, the batter.
Now batting, number 12, Daniel Barcena.
Burke takes his lead at first. Barcena, the batter. We're in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. And he did go on the check swing, so strike 1. Barcena fouls it off behind home plate, so no balls and 2 strikes now. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Again, Bruins have just not been able to get their offense and their bats going. Mills working out of the stretch and delivers. This one upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Barcena. This one roped into left field and going to be secured for the 2nd out of the inning, and that'll bring up Adrian Lasval with 2 outs as Lasval tries to spark a 2-out rally here. This one outside and high. Mills outside and high once again. 2 balls and no strikes. Still 2 outs here. Game 1 of our 2-game doubleheader. The conclusion of this one, we'll have about a 30-minute break and then get back underway. And Mills comes back with a called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Swinging strike from Lasval evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the 7th. Mills trying to shut things down here. The 2-2. Upstairs, full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 from Mills. Chopped back towards the pitcher. Mills is able to corral it over to first in time, and that'll do it for game 1 of our doubleheader. Scott's able to chip away and build a slim lead, and the Bruins just not able to do anything in response. Our score ends in this first game. Scott's 4, Bruins 0. We'll see you back here for game 2. Give us about 30 minutes, and we'll be back here at Conestee for the second game of our doubleheader. Thanks for joining.